Well, it's kind of like the Stations of the Cross. The old rugged cross.
Yeah, we certainly are up at that old rugged cross, and yeah, I think Jesus was the first hippie. He had long hair and hang around the cross.
Now, don't you wish that you were here at the start of the century, Dennis? This one will appeal to all of some of the males of our fans. This one, female. You see that? Female and single.
Yeah. I talk about bedsit.
And let's zoom in here. From the start of the 20th century, residents of King's Cross and Potts Point lived in flats in tiny bedsits. A city where practically everyone else lived in houses. Many of them were women. And the decimation of the young male population during World War I left a legacy of young women who would never marry and who needed to live closer to work. This is the impetus of much of the apartment living in the precinct. Oh, another red bus. We have lots of red buses here.
Yeah, there's lots of red buses, lots of noise. Normally, if this is a movie, we do a thing called an ADR, which to the uninitiated is actually pulse syncing. It's like a competent version of the kung fu thing with the dubbed voice, where you go back later and dub your voice. So anyway, that's the way it goes. And just a little movie tip for folks out there. And,
what do you think of the first century with all of those single women who had no men, who had to live in those single units, and they'd be widows for the rest of their lives? A whole generation of them living in this suburb.
Wow.
That's the start of the suburb in the 20th century.
Well, that's touching thought, Saint, but I'll tell you what, the old hop had been around. They wouldn't have been without a man for long.
You'd be hopping from flat to flat.
I'd be hopping. I'd be easily riding my way up William Street. And whatever the street is here. Hell, I wish we could have a road map.
Beefsteak and Bourbon Street.
Do you think we can do a narrative voiceover? Because we should have really checked out the name of the streets before we start doing this documentary. You know, I like to research my roads. And, well, I guess I can't research being me, but... Anyway, look, here we are, our good friend the Bourbon's in the background. This is our second street sign on our King's Cross walk, and it's going to include things like Abe Saffron and Ajita Nielsen. Is it Ajita Nielsen, or?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Juanita.
Ah, right, Juanita.
Juanita.
Okay.
Let's go to the next one. This is the Saints. God bless you.